Look to the person to the right of you. Is he or she naked?
No!
Exactly, because of a major revolution, everyone in the classroom was wearing clothes. Everything from your shirt, your pants, your shoes, your car, your laptop was produced in this revolution.
And it wasn't the American, French, Latino, or Haitian Revolution. It was a revolution with much more importance than all of those combined. What was it, you ask?
It was the Industrial Revolution!
The Industrial Revolution was a major worldwide revolution that received mixed reactions from the different classes of people, which led to the reforms that influence the world we live in today.
The Industrial Revolution, from the 1700s to the 1914, was a period where industries took over human labor, where clothing and goods were mass-produced, hence lowering the costs and promoting a widespread of these goods. There was a shift in jobs, from working on farms to working in industries, which ultimately led to more job opportunities, but at an expense. The working conditions in factories were unsanitary, and the work hours were excruciating. The wages were minute, forcing children and women to also work in factories. The Industrial Revolution started from on the farms in England.
In the 1700s, the village farmers, who owned smaller farms, sold their land to more wealthy landowners. The wealthy landowners improved farming methods through new innovations, such as the new seeding methods and the creation of the seed drill. Other methods were soon implemented, such as crop rotation, which allowed richer soils and longer seasons to farm. This improvement in farming was called the Agricultural Revolution. The Agricultural Revolution led to an increase in food production and an improvement in living conditions, which led to an improvement in population, which ultimately led to a demand for more clothing, the Industrial Revolution.
England was the perfect country for the birth of the Industrial Revolution. That was because there was an abundance of natural resources, only lacking the machines to harness the resources and create goods with it. They had water power and coal to fuel new machines, iron ore to construct machines, tools, and buildings, rivers for inland transportation, and harbors for which merchant ships set sail. Britain also had an expanding economy, allowing industrialization, a vast amounts of land, and had lots of available labor work.
During the heart of the Industrial Revolution, the steam engine was the main powerhouse. Steam engines were created in hope for a cheap source of energy. The steam engines powered locomotives that led to the creation of the railroad transportation system. The steam engine also powered boats, which were used for trade. Steam engines were also used to power factories. The steam engines were powered by coal, which led to a demand in miners. Work in the factories and mines were gruesome and led to a shorter life expectancy. A British government calculated the average life expectancy in 1842, which showed to be 17 years for factory and mine workers, compared to people who lived in rural areas, which was 38 years. The high demand for workers in the mines and factories led to the repugnant child labor.
Technology may arguably be the greatest aspect of the Industrial Revolution. Cotton was the first product to be affected by the revolution. Cotton influenced the flying shuttle and the spinning jenny. These products completely changed the way yarn was made. By the end of the Industrial Revolution, the cotton industry had been completely industrialized. Many people were happy with the Industrial Revolution because they got better jobs, better salary, and more technology. However, not everyone loved this revolution.
So we all know the Industrial Revolution did shape much of our world today, but the Industrial Revolution also had some negative effects. One of those effects was child laboring. Child labor reached huge extremes during the Industrial Revolution. Children worked for long hours with little pay. Children were useful in small areas that adults could not fit in, such as tight spaces in factories and mines. Adult overseers often used to whip children and manipulate them to do whatever they wanted. How sad, tear. Many people had negative views on the revolution because of this fact. I mean, other than a sadistic person who enjoys watching kids get whipped, if you're one of those sadistic people, please do not answer.
Oh, I'm tired. I hope no one catches me.
It wasn't hard for just the children. Men and eventually women were placed in dangerous environments and were told to work crazy hours for a very low income. I mean, I'm pretty sure we don't mind dangerous environments and crazy hours, but low incomes for all that work? That's just cruel. Just like us, many people rebelled against the horrible system, and eventually it paid off.
The Industrial Revolution also created pollution and sanitation problems. The mass production of products released a lot of coal into the atmosphere, making the air we breathe have less oxygen and more carbon. And for those of you that don't know chemistry, that's bad. In addition to those, the streets in England didn't have drains of trash collecting methods. And let's just basically say your house did not smell good. I know, that's right, that's disgusting. As industrial cities like London became more populated, the problem got worse. Diseases such as cholera, typhoid, and typhus became more common. And on top of that, people had no idea how to cure these diseases. The worst disease of them all was tuberculosis. The disease affected people who were poor and malnourished and accounted for thousands of the deaths in the Industrial Revolution. To make matters worse, more jobs rose in the cities, causing whole families to crowd in a single room. So if one person got sick, then the whole family was basically just dead. Many people hated the revolution because of this and wished to stay back in their cozy little farms, but you gotta know where the money calls you, right?
You may be thinking, sure, this revolution did a lot of amazing things, but how did it shape the world we live in today? In fact, many of the products of the Industrial Revolution are still being used today. Steam engines, a major invention in this revolution, are found in cars, airplanes, boats, trains, and factories, and much more. Basically, anything that runs on coal has a steam engine. The positive reaction of the various technologies built during this period helped fuel more inventions and innovations.
In addition, public education was made possible because of the Industrial Revolution. Children as old as 6 were sent to work in factories where the environment was very dangerous. Due to this, many people started rebelling and protesting, and eventually, child labor was banned by the government. But if the children aren't working, what were they going to do? Horace Mann of Massachusetts decided that public education was the best option, since education was needed to make children into good citizens. This education allowed people to create new vaccines and avoid scandalous diseases present during the Industrial Revolution. With the development of world medicine and technology, diseases have now become easier to attack and reject.
In addition to products and public education, new concepts were created. Socialism, capitalism, communism, utilitarianism, and many other concepts were created after witnessing the bad outcomes of the Industrial Revolution. Unions were also created because of the Industrial Revolution, which eventually banned child labor, limited working hours for women and men, got people higher wages, and much more.
Without the Industrial Revolution, many of the products we have today wouldn't exist and life would basically suck.
Literally everything we use today is either an invention or an innovation from the same ancestor, the Industrial Revolution.
So the next time you microwave your food, or wear clothes, or go to school, or watch TV, or do homework on a computer, or apply for a job with a good salary, thank the Industrial Revolution. What?